Hello and welcome to Military Mantra. In this interview, we have today's squadron leader Shivum Uppal, who have served in Indian Air Force for close to a decade. And in this interview, we'll try to understand his journey of joining Indian Air Force, life with the Indian Air Force as a fighter pilot, in various life lessons that he has learned over his service. So welcome, sir, and thank you for coming on this interview today.
Thanks, Akash. Thank you so much. This is the first time I'm doing this kind of interview. So I really hope that whatever I'm going to say, whatever I'm going to tell from my experience, it helps the future aspirants.
Yeah.
Thank you so much for having me over. Thanks.
My first question to you would be, how does it feel, to fly an aircraft faster than speed of sound? How does that feeling look like for you?
Uh, Practically giving an answer, practical is that once you're inside the cockpit, the speed is only indicated on the airspeed indicator. Otherwise, you don't feel whether you're flying at the speed of 200 kmph or you're flying more than 1100 kmph. That is a practical answer. But as a feeling, yeah, it's always great because when you are young and you see those fighter jets flying over you, every kid in his young age, he says that I want to be a pilot one day, I want to fly. So yes, from ground it feels so good, and you carry those memories. Finally, when you sit in the cockpit, those memories are in your head. So you realize that okay, now I'm doing that, so it feels really great. And second is that those you actually feel a little bit of g forces because of high speed whenever you turn left, right, and you do some maneuvers. So those g forces are actually the thing which tell you that yes, you have been flying very fast, and you have been under so much of g forces. So that is also another practical answer. But as a feeling, as an achievement, it feels out of the world. It feels amazing.
Yeah. Sir, if you could also tell us, how did your journey of Indian Air Force basically begin, and what motivated you to join IAF, and how was your life before that?
So not many people know, but I'm a third generation Air Force personnel, and my father was also a fighter pilot. So I've seen this from my birth. I've been brought up in this atmosphere that I used to see him getting ready, wearing overall in the morning while I was wearing my uniform for the school. So that is the first thing that motivated me. Everything in the house was like that. Posters everywhere were of fighter jets, and dad used to go and flying. Sometimes he used to take me and my sister also and my mother also to show flying, etc., etc. So that was the first step. Then after that, I was a normal kid. Like I did my 10th, 11th, 12th physics, maths, just saying because that is required to be a pilot. Physics, maths in 12th. Then after that, I was not keen in joining forces. I appeared for India. I couldn't clear, and then I was like, I wanted to be a computer engineer because I had passion for coding also. But in third year of my college, I realized that this is not for me, and I want to do something which is not on computers, because I realized that I'm something that who likes outdoor activities, who wants to be into some physical training and all that. So then I remember it was Feb 2008. Yeah, I appeared for my CDS. I was in last year, or probably I would say I was in last semester, 8th semester of my BTech computer science. I appeared. CDS was okay. I cleared it. I studied very hard for it, and then in September, August, I appeared for my AFSB in Dehradun, one AFSB Dehradun, and I had some guidance from my father, like what are the rounds, what kind of questions they ask. That's it, just simple guidance from a father. So I went there with very clear attitude that I'm going to give my best. I'm not here to compete with other candidates. I'm just here competing with myself, and I have studied, I've prepared. So whatever I have consumed from people, from father, from books, I just have to apply here. That's it. So this was my motivation right from birth. The life that I had seen. Then I joined engineering. I realized that this is not for me. Then I prepared very hard for CDS, and I prepared very hard for AFSP also. And when I went there, I saw everybody with so much of passion. All candidates, close to 150 and above candidates, were there. So much passion they had. So when you started talking to everybody in the dormitory, we used to. I mean, we were in AFSB, so it was a dorm. One room had close to 10 candidates or so. So when you at night talk to each other, you listen to each other's stories, that why do you want to become a pilot? Why do you want to become a pilot? What's your story? So you gain more passion when you actually interact with people of like-minded attitude and like-minded goals. your passion increases manifold. So that is also one reason. When I heard their stories, I felt like, wow, this I never thought. So that also increased my passion. And then finally, when I cleared, I went for medicals. I remember the same day when the results were declared, the same night was our train. We were three candidates who were shortlisted. We went for medicals, and from there, everything has been like quite a journey. After medicals in AFCME Delhi, uh, I got my call letter in November, December, and 9th of Jan 2009 I joined. It was 6th of Jan. Yeah, 6th of Jan 2009 I went to AFS Academy.
Okay. So you spoke about your experience at the AFSB, Dehradun. So,
Hmm.
what was the amount of preparation that you did? And, how was your preparation in terms of, GTO, interview, and psychology? And what would you recommend to aspirants? How should they prepare for these sets?
Okay. The most important thing is, first of all, your attitude. They see your attitude, whether he's a psychologist who's sitting, or he's a GTO officer, or he's an interviewer, or finally in your conference. They see your attitude, and they're highly trained officers who have served in Air Force for almost 15 to 20 years and plus. So they know what attitude it takes. They have been seeing number of youngsters coming in. So they know how a person should look like, his talking procedure, his a way of walking, his way of thinking, everything. So number one is like your attitude has to be very clear. You have to be very crystal clear that why I'm going there. Some people just go not with that much of 100% of attitude. They come over here to experience that how FSB is. Let me just experience. But there are others who just come that whatever it is, I want to be a soldier. So that is important. Your vision has to be very clear. But that was very much clear. That was number one point, that I had my vision very clear, attitude very clear, and then followed the preparation. So for preparation, GDO, you can't actually simulate the obstacles and all at your home or in your city unless you are already taking tuitions or some preparation from some AFSP preparation academies. There are, I don't know, I never did that. So for GDO, I will just say that do some running every day, like 4 to 5 kilometers. It just builds up your stamina. Over there, you don't have to run, but running is an exercise which actually increases your stamina, overall stamina of the body, whether it's your arms, legs, or it improves your lungs capacity and everything. So running is very important. Pick up running, push-ups, and a little bit of chin-ups. So GDO is taken care of by these three exercises. And if you can complement it with skipping, skipping rope is another friend of yours. So that's about GDO. That's what I did. And for psychologist and for these current affairs, you just need to pick up book like CSR magazines. You need to pick up some SSB preparation books. They are written by Arihant. That time it was written by Arihant. So over here, they will tell you that what kind of psychological papers come, what are the logical reasoning questions that come. So you need to prepare and you need to solve those question papers. Otherwise, you'll be totally foxed when you look at those question papers of logical reasoning and all that. Psychologist is another section which is covered in these books, like how you should prepare for psychological exams and what they ask. Read about that in CSR. CSR is another good magazine. It tells you about the current affairs. Current affairs is a thing which is asked in interview. So if like over here right now in India, there are many current affairs going on. Some Kisan bill is going on. Some this COVID is going on. Some deal with another country is going on. Vaccination. So you need to know not all, but a little bit about at least top 5 to 7 current affairs which are going on, directly affecting the country and directly affecting the military and international relations. These three topics, you can prepare 2 current affairs on each topic. So 5 to 6 is okay. You don't have to be, you don't have to buy hard all the current affairs. Just have a basic idea. So that's what I did. And CSR helps a lot in this. Interview is something in which the interviewing also asks these questions, and it's a make or break. And before that, psychologist exam is actually from the books only, or from the previous people who have cleared the exam, AFSBs and all recently, because I gave in 2008. So a lot is what these people, I would tell the aspirants to connect with those people who have recently given the examinations and the AFSBs. But yes, your Arihant book or any book is a friend, your CSR is a friend, your newspaper is a friend, your running and all these things, exercises are your friends. So, and most important friend of yours is you yourself. You have to have very clear vision, attitude, what you're going to do when you reach AFSB gates. That's it.
Um, Sir, if you could also, tell us about these officer-like qualities which everybody talks about, because those 15 OLQs which
Yeah.
everybody's looking for. What is your, perspective about it? Can people develop it and then come to SSB? What's your perspective?
You can't develop and come to SSB if, especially if I'm talking about the SSB which happens after your graduation. Okay, because you are how much year old you are, like you are 20, 21 max. So you can't be so much serious in life that you have leadership qualities then and there. You can't be so much serious in life in college that you have make or break attitude. And you can't be very much serious in life. You are a kid, a grown up kid, I would say, and you have to be like that only when you go to SSP. So you, but there are some inborn qualities that even a college going guy will have, like if I have to study right now, so I'll study right now, I'll not think about playing. If I have to play right now, I'll play only, I don't have to think about anything else. So that is called as clear vision what you're doing. Over here also I'll say the attitude is something which is developed, I think, from fourth, fifth standard onwards. You start developing your attitude. You are a playful guy, you are a playful kid, you play, you have some hobbies like sports, painting, etc. But your vision is very much clear that one day I want to be this, I want to do this. In college also that shows. So that is number one quality as per me in a officer, that his vision is very much clear. Also like qualities that whatever I'm doing, I'm investing my time in. Why am I doing this? Why am I investing my time over here? What is it going to bring me? What benefits me? How am I going to contribute towards my country? And um, whether I'm doing the right thing or not. So these all questions are answered if you have the correct attitude. And that is very important. And by 2021, when you're choosing a profession, whether you want to be an engineer, doctor, lawyer, or an entrepreneur, or a soldier, this much clarity comes to your brain. This much clarity is very much important. So that is number one, also like quality, your attitude and your vision.
Mm.
And then comes self-belief, because you hear from all the soldiers who have served and who are serving that it's not easy. Academy is not easy, and especially I would say becoming a pilot is not easy. And I'm sure similar thing is towards naval academies and coast guard academies and army Indian military academies and OTA also. That becoming anything in soldier circle is not easy. You go through a lot of things, mental preparedness. They prepare you mentally, physically, and as well as side by side they prepare you in education also. You qualify many exams, etc. So that is self belief, not giving up. Whatever happens, I'll not give up. This is very important, because if the officer gives up, then the subordinates who are under him, what will they do? And that's what an officer should carry with him, that he never gives up when he's leading. So that is second quality, that you don't give up. Problems will come, but if your vision is clear, your bigger picture is clear, these problems will look very, very small. If you are not able to, suppose very like small example, if they ask you to do a 10-kilometer run and after that they once again ask you to do some kind of different exercises and you're really tired, so you start thinking, what am I doing here? It happened with me, it happens with everybody. Okay, what am I doing here? Why I'm getting so much exercises and ragda? And oh, I've come here to become a pilot, so what all this happening? But then if your aim is clear, your idea is clear, that I've come here to become a pilot, so this may be a part of it. So that problem looks very small, because you have a bigger picture in your mind, which is like, I want to be this, I want to be that. So those problems look very small. So don't give up. These things, every soldier has passed through these things. You're not the first one who will clear these physical activities or so much exams and getting up early in the morning and then once again waking up sometimes in middle of the night. It happens. And then side by side preparing for exams also, you fail an exam, you get a warning, you are out. Every academy has some rule, and flying is very strictly serious business. So side by side you have to prepare for flying. So many things are there, so you're not the first one who will go through this. Always remember, there are tens of thousands and lakhs of people who have gone through these procedures. So you're not the first one. So don't pity yourself that what am I doing? This is not for me. There is no pity. There is no rahm in academies. By that, I don't mean they start beating you, but rahm as in mental pity. Don't pity yourself mentally that this is so much bad is happening to me, because this has happened with every soldier, and that's how they make you mentally strong. Because you are given so many scenarios that under these circumstances also you have to prepare your exams and score. Then under some other circumstances you still have to clear your exercise tests, your cross country examinations, your physical fitness runs, and still you have to follow the things also like flying and all. So this time is less, so don't give up. That is my second word to all of you: don't give up. And then third is also very important that you get inspired from others. If there are some people, there are some cadets, everybody is different. So there are some cadets who don't immediately pick up things. They take time. That's absolutely fine. So the medicine for them, I would say, is that take inspiration from your course mates. They are your like your brothers. They will die for you right from the cadet days. I'm telling you. They will pull you in cross country. They will not leave you behind in day route march, night route march. They will lift your rifle also. Even in fact, they will do a fireman lift if you're getting tired. So take inspiration from others for those who pick up things slowly. That's not bad. I was a slow picker. I always picked up things slowly. But yes, I made a point that when I pick up, I don't look back. So I used to take inspiration from my brother cadets and my comrades that if he can run, why can't I? So these kind of things. If you're feeling down, then take inspiration from others. That is also one of the quality to become an officer.
You would have gone to AFA, that is Air Force Academy. So if there is any memorable incident, there which you would like to share with the aspirants.
Air Force Academy, yeah. So Air Force Academy is full of surprises. So there is a thing called Abhimanyu over there, and Abhimanyu is actually you do an muster, your night muster at 8 p.m. It is just before your dinner, and that night muster is actually in the cycle stand. So in the middle of cycle stand there is a big fountain kind of thing, and it has a very heavy iron grill which covers the fountain. So that iron grill is actually very heavy. I think I would say it is close to 40 to 50 kgs if I'm not wrong. And then they call the person who is lifting the that a particular iron grill, he is called Abhimanyu. So that happened with me, and I was um, I mean, there is always a famous person of every course that who lifts the Abhimanyu for the first time, who becomes the Abhimanyu for the first time. So in my batch, I was the first Abhimanyu, and that was very funny as well as it was whenever you make some mistake and it's a big mistake. So they asked that particular cadet to come in the middle of the cycle muster circle and pick up that Abhimanyu iron grill. So I was the first Abhimanyu of my course. I still say that with pride. But it was at the same time it was a funny experience also, and a great learning experience also. That's one thing that still my course mates tease me with, that if you remember, you were the first Abhimanyu of course. So that is some tag that I've taken with me, some kind of trophy, I would say. So I cherish it. That time it looked a little funny and bad, but now I cherish that moment. At first Abhimanyu, of course.
Sir, you were also, fighter pilot. So if you could also tell us, how does a journey after AFA look like in terms of training for any fighter pilot?
Okay, after AFA, you go to Hakimpet, and over there you stay for another 6 months. So you get trained in Hakimpet, and once you clear that stage, then you come back to FS Academy for your passing out parade. And that passing out parade happens like after this stage training, which takes place in Hakimpet. And so in those 6 months, actually just before going to the Hakimpet, you are trifurcated. Suppose there are 50 cadets in your batch, so they will be trifurcated in chopper, transport, and fighters. And then the fighters guy who was selected for fighters, they will go to Hakimpet, and others will go to their respective places for further training as a cadet only. And over there is 6 months, and then then you get back to Air Force Academy, you do your passing out parade, and then you commission as an officer, and then you go to your respective further training academies, or I would say training establishments. So for fighters guys, after commissioning, it's Bidar, and you spend another 1 year or so in Bidar, and from there you finally go to one of your operational squadron, which is your first posting. So that is the whole circle.
Okay. So if you could also tell us, how does one day, any ideal day, looks like for a fighter pilot in Indian Air Force in terms of roles, responsibilities, and routine? Any ideal day, how does it look like?
Okay, so it starts early. I'll not be able to give. Yeah, it starts early. I will not be able to give fixed time because every place has different procedures. So it starts early, like you can say around 6, 7, and the most important thing is a briefing. You get briefed for the mission, for the sortie that you're going to do from your instructor, or if it's a multiple aircraft mission, then you get briefed by your leader, and then you go fly that mission, you fly that sortie, you get back, and after you are back to the squadron after you're back from sortie. Then another important phase is debrief. So you get debriefed, and after debrief, you once again start preparing for your second sortie if you're going. So another second sortie role is that you get briefed for that, and once again you go fly and come back and get debriefed. So this is about your office life, this is about your squadron life, briefing, sortie, debriefing, and once again a little bit of whatever flying related things. So that is there, and after you get back from SCON, it's not over, because flying, especially I would say from fighters perspective, that there are a lot of preparations, there are a lot of studies that are involved. So you get back, you go for a little bit of sports. So you go for evening badminton, squash, running, or some people like to go to gym. And then if there is night flying, you once again go to SCON and follow the same procedure of briefing, sortie, and debrief. And otherwise, there are some studies involved, some examinations that keep happening every year. There are 2, 3 exams that keep happening every year, so you have to prepare for that. And every day also you have to prepare. So suppose you're flying next day, you have to prepare a day prior about that particular mission. So you have to read a little bit, you have to prepare for briefing. So it's a busy day, but it is quite you get an achievement feeling that, okay, I studied, I prepared, I flew, and I learned something new from debrief from my seniors and instructors. And then I'm going to apply that for tomorrow's mission, tomorrow's sortie. And like, it's a continuous learning process, so every day you learn something. So a very fun packed day, full of action, but at the same time a lot of time is given to your sleep, your relaxation. The fatigue rules and policies are followed very strictly, especially in fighters, I would say. So it's not that it's only action, action, action. No, it's a complete blend of good things. Like, action is the you fly also, and you rest also, and you have your amazing work-life balance. It's the best thing.
Okay. Sir, if you could also tell, which one of yours was a favorite aircraft which you ever flew?
I have flown MiG-21 through and through, so
Okay.
that was the best. And that is like a legacy aircraft. So it was always a great experience flying that. And before that, I've flown Kirans and HPT a little bit. But yes, MiG-21, nothing beats it. It's the best aircraft that I've flown.
Sir, if you could also tell us, you have served in India for close to a decade. Any three
Yeah.
life lessons that you still cherish in your life? Any three?
Okay, so the first one I would say is that I gained a lot of confidence when I was in Air Force. So a lot of confidence, not just in flying, but also in your personal life. That self-confidence increases many folds when you are a soldier. So that has changed me. I have seen changes in me, in my confidence, and speaking in public, and um, standing and making my own points in a group or in a crowd. So that self-confidence has increased many folds. That is number one, which AFS has given me. I'll be always thankful. Then second is, they actually teach you how to present yourself in front of a group, or especially in front of ladies. Ladies are like seen very highly in Air Force and in all these services. So how to actually interact with the group, how to interact with ladies, that is something which I have taken away from Air Force, that they have given you a platform in which so many people are there from all walks of life. Somebody is from 20, 30s, 50s, and somebody is from Gujarat, somebody is from north, somebody is from south, east, west, everywhere. So you blend with all these people, keeping in mind that everybody is important and there is no favoritism over here in Forge. So that preparation Air Force has given me, that how do you blend among all these people and how do you carry yourself and present yourself as an officer. So that is the second thing. And third, the most important thing is that that achievement feeling, that I have done something in life. It's with everybody. Even a doctor feels that achievement feeling, even a lawyer feels that, even a amazing engineering coder or software developer feels that. So some people in life, I know, who have spent 20 years in the profession, they still don't feel that achievement feeling that I've done something. But in Air Force, I have felt that, I would say very proudly. I feel a lot of change in self-confidence. Then I know how to present myself and respect everybody, because I have dealt with so many people from different states. So I have to give equal respect to everybody when I am talking to anyone. No one is superior, no one is inferior. So this is the second thing which I've learned, that you have to respect everyone. And third is gratitude towards your achievement, towards your life, and towards your organization. So these three things I would definitely say that I have taken away from Air Force.
Okay. So my final question to you would be, a lot of aspirants will be watching this interview. What will be your message to all those aspirants who want to join the armed forces?
Okay, the most important I would say is that have a very clear mind why you want to join. You're not going to, I have seen, I don't want to admit this, but yes, since this is something that is going to the young aspirants, future aspirants, so I have to be very transparent also. Don't come in Air Force, Army, Navy, or Coast Guard, or any of the armed services with an attitude that I want to have an officer life. I want to experience that. That should be your secondary aim. That should be your secondary thinking. Primary thinking always has to be that I am a soldier and I am here to fight for my country. Whether you are a sailor or a pilot or a ground duty officer or an army guy, you are a soldier first. Come with this primary thought and with this primary attitude that I am going to this particular service to serve my country. And then there are secondary thoughts and secondary aspirations, like I want to experience officer life. Everybody wants to experience officer life. I've seen my father as an officer, I wanted to experience that life. So but that is not the primary aim. You divide your goals and aims into parts: primary, secondary. This is my secondary aim. I want to experience this officer life. I want to experience that salute and all that. So you don't come with this as a primary aim. Primary aim is I'm going to prepare myself to fight for my country whenever country needs me. I'm going to be a soldier. So I would say have this attitude. If you don't have, don't come. Because even if you pass and come to the armed forces with this attitude that just want to experience officer life, someday you'll not be entertained in the forces. Your attitude has to be very clear, and that I am here to fight for my country. Everything else is secondary.
Mhm.
So have that vision very clear. All the future aspirants, very clear attitude should be there. And second is, there will be many problems, boulders, roadblocks that will come, and especially in training. So don't give up. Don't give up. And you're not the first one who's hitting those boulders. There are many. There are many who have, and there are many who will. You're among those. So take inspiration from your course mates, from your batch mates, and keep going. Don't give up. And third thing I would say is that it's very important to continuously believe in yourself. That this is my bigger picture. This is the bigger aim. I came in Air Force or Army or Navy for, and I want to serve my country, and I want to do something for my country. So this has to be there. So these three things I would say, that come with this attitude, come with these ideas, and come with these inspirations, and you will really have a great time in Air Force. This is the best organization, I would say. All the armed forces, they are the best. The lifestyle is the best. But lifestyle comes secondary. First, you have to give something from your side, and only then you will be given the lifestyle. So it is always service before self, as the quote goes with the National Defense Academy. So that is true for all services, for all the armed forces. That first you serve, then you think about yourself. First you give something, then you will get something. So come with this attitude. Be very clear about this.
So thanks a lot for your time on this interview, sir. It was really nice talking to you, and I hope a lot of aspirants will be watching it. We'll get to know a lot about the life within Indian Air Force as a fighter pilot and various things that they should keep in mind while they go for SSBs. So thank you again, sir, for your time on this interview. Jai Hind.
Yeah. It's totally my pleasure, Akash. Thank you so much. And if anybody after watching the video, if they have any questions, they can directly reach out to me. You can mention my email in the video. I'll be happy to help them. And let me tell you, this is a journey full of action till you become an officer. And you will feel sometimes demoralized and discouraged because it's not easy. But that's why at first place you have to remember why you came there. You joined the forces to be a soldier, and soldier never gives up. Soldier, that name itself, soldier, that term itself, soldier, means that a person who doesn't give up. So be that, do justice to that term, do justice to that tag that is now attached to your name. You're a soldier. Never give up. Be that person. And all the very best. Cheers. Jai Hind.
Jai Hind, sir. Bye bye.